Well, greetings gamers. This is Dr. Ayleen, the Gaming Doc, and this is your place and your space to say, well, we made it to Wednesday. This is your time to chat, to chill, to just hang out, to just relax, to realize, and I call this We Got This Wednesday because sometimes we need to be reminded that we've got this. So I hope you're having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night, and I hope that things are going well for you. I hope that, you know, whatever it is that might be weighing on your body, your mind, or your spirit are as gentle as they possibly can, and that whatever lesson you're meant to learn from it, that it gets done, learned, and you get to move on. And I hope that everyone who is, you know, just kind of thinking, wow, you know what, it's already the middle of the week and I don't know if I can get the stuff done that I want to get done. You know what? Just do what you can because your best is good enough. And that's a part of We've Got This Wednesday. Because no matter what it is that you're facing, remember that it's not stronger than you. It's not bigger than you. It's not more powerful than you unless you let it be. Because, you know, you have, you know, as it said in the movie, a particular set of skills. And one of them is to, you know, be able to adapt. I mean, because that's the whole thing about making it through one day to the next, is our ability to adapt. And you've been adapting your whole life, so you're pretty darn good at it. I mean, you have made it through 100% of what you've faced. It may not have always been pretty, and it may not have always been the outcome you would have liked, but you made it through. And, you know, today we are enjoying some Irish breakfast tea with just a little bit of cream. Oh my goodness, we have Charlotte M in the house. Yay. Hi, amazing lady. Hope your day is as fabulous as you are. Oh, my love, the exact same thing right back. Y'all, we need to just give an amazing, amazing shout out to one of my nameless family who is just an absolute sweetheart and who has a stream that is as cool as she is. Not that she can't be absolutely badass in a first-person shooter. I mean, she is like Xeno warrior princess, but go give her, check her out, give her a follow. And Warlord Raikou! Yes, we've got, hey there, Doc, hope you're having a great day. I am having an awesome day. And Papa Merit! Not only an awesome young streamer, an up-and-coming rising star in the whole Twitchverse, but also one of my wonderful moderators. And, you know, and Warlord Raikou, y'all go check out this channel because, you know, one of the best things is when you can see a streamer who can interact with chat and stay focused on a very intense game that frankly would have me like running around in circles screaming and firing randomly into the trees. So, you know, it's like, welcome, 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 everybody. I get to mad. Yep, it is, you know, and it's funny because, you know, I mean, and people have said it's like, well, you know, female streamers versus male streamers. And it's like, you know what? I think that gender has nothing to do with it. If you've got that warrior spirit inside of you that makes you just like get fired up when a game is just like, you know, that is for everybody. But, you know, I went to my girlfriend's house on Sunday and played a VR game. Oh, awesome. And hey, I have, you know, for look at this. I actually have a VR. I have no earthly idea how to stream with it, but I'm working on it. So, so yes, VR absolutely rocks. I have the PlayStation one. But it is a whole lot of fun. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed yourself, Papa. Silk Touch! No warrior spirit here. Haha, looks like I'm screwed on Twitch. No. I almost myself in that game because I ran into a monster thingy, and it was Evan Creepy. You ask her out. My girlfriend is currently playing Lunch Lady, which is a horror. Oh, wow, game. But she's not a gamer, so she's struggling with keyboard and mouse. Oh, my gosh. Tell her I feel her pain. Oh, it is learning to work with keyboard and mouse is just like, which is why I got the gaming keyboard, which made it so much easier, because having an entire keyboard to stare at, you know, I'm old. We get distracted very easily. Plus, it has lights. I do so love the lights. Oh, come on, Silk Touch. I know that you have that warrior inside of you. Frankly, I don't know any gamers. I mean, there are folks who even get fired up playing Stardew Valley. So, and frankly, I'm one of them. I'm currently streaming and I'll be back and forth lurking. Oh, sweetheart, blessings to you. And hey, having you hang out in our loving Lurkers Lounge is an absolute honor. But thank you so much for checking in. But you go and enjoy your stream. You know, and it's, I think that one of, you know, the things I have the most fun with in gaming is that idea that it's like, you know what, you can just kick back, you can enjoy it, you can get rambunctious, you can play one game that chills you out and another game that fires you up. And oh, let's see, what is it? No, warrior. Whitelist, auto mode, yeah. Okay, whatever that is, Papa, I'll let you take care of it. I have no idea what's going on. Something, oh, for posting a link. Okay, so yeah, Silk Touch can post whatever link, you know. Silk Touch is cool. So I'm trying to figure that out. Thank you. Don't worry, Silk Touch, we'll get you in there. You know, the idea that, you know, to remember, we got this. It says ask for permission before posting a link or something like the auto mod. So if you didn't, we just have to figure out what's going on, and Papa will take care of that. Anyway, you know, we need to be reminded that we've got this. We need to be reminded that, you know, even when our frame rate is dropping, which, you know, mine has dropped a little, it's at 104, but it seems to be holding steady there, you know, knock on wood. But when you know, when you consider that we can either put energy, I'm calm the whole time. Oh, okay. I don't know. There's something going on interesting in the chat, and it's trying to say that someone was trying to post a link and they just said they weren't trying to post a link, and exclamation point whitelist. I don't know. That's what caught the auto mod. Oh, okay. Thank you, Papa. And you see, it's always good to have people who help you figure stuff out. But one of the things that sometimes we do need help figuring out is that we've got this. And what I mean by we've got this, it doesn't mean that you can sit back and do nothing and everything is just going to fall into place. It didn't hit the space bar. Oh, your fingers are absolutely awesome. See, how can you have a name like Silk Touch and not have awesome fingers? I'm sorry. That is in total opposition. Therefore, if you are Silk Touch, that means that you have awesome. My sub runs out soon. No, it won't. I got you, Papa. So, it's a Minecraft reference. Oh, okay. See, you always learn something new. Thank you, Doc. So, don't worry about, you know, the exact details of how something's going to happen. You know, figure out what you can. Figure out the pieces you do have. Just figuring out what resources you have. Because often we put way more energy in figuring out reasons why something won't work than in how we can make it work. And when we're able to loosen up a little bit on what it is that we, you know, that we're focusing on, and it's like, okay, well, I want this exact outcome. More than likely, we rarely get the exact outcome we want. And because it's an evolving thing, it's not like, you know, well, I want to, you know, to go on a trip around the world. Well, when the day you leave on that trip, nothing ends. It begins a whole new thing. So it's almost like everything is a step to something else. Even when we have a goal, reaching that goal itself is nothing but a step to something else. It, you know, when you climb a mountain and you reach the top of the mountain and you look around and you're very satisfied and very proud of yourself, then you see another mountain that's a little bit higher that you want to get the view from the top of that. Often reaching where we want to be only gives us a better view of what's possible, and it gives us the next thing that we want to, you know, try to take on. And that's how it should be. And if we get stuck in, well, you know, there's no way I can climb that first mountain, there's no way I can get up that, you know, and we think of all the reasons, well, I'm not in good enough shape, and I don't have the time, and I don't have the money, and I don't have this. You know, that's kind of, to me, that's kind of wasted energy, sitting around and thinking of all the reasons why something won't work, especially if we've never done it. I mean, if you've never done something, you could be brilliant at it. It could be your new favorite thing to do. And even though, you know, it's going to take a lot of work, and it may take time, and it may take just straight up tenacity, you know, when you're trying to get into better shape, as I'm doing. Yeah, it's been months, and I've worked really hard, and there were points when I wanted to give up and say, well, to heck with it, you know. But then I remembered that I made a promise to my sons that I would do my best to take care of myself so that I would be here as long as I possibly can. And when my older brother passed away, that was when I made that promise to them. So when I started getting, you know, disappointed, when I started getting, you know, it's like, you know what, why bother? Why bother? I remembered that promise, and that is what kept me going. So often, infamous! Oh my gosh, we have the infamous J.O. in the house. Please, 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 please go and show my friend, who is my personal, like, mentor on Don't Starve. You know, you want to learn how to play Don't Starve, you go and you watch Infamous, because you will learn so much about playing Don't Starve. And he is also just such a sweet guy who interacts with the chat, and, you know, and really makes it a very friendly place to be. So, you know, but I'm telling you, you wanna go learn at the feet of a master, you go hang out in Infamous's stream, because you will learn everything. And if you have a question, he will answer it for you. And if he doesn't have an answer, he'll make up something that sounds really great. So I'm glad to have you here, Infamous. And I mean, and actually that is a good thing, you know, and especially for gamers, because very few gamers pick up a game for the first time or the 10th time and just go through it. I mean, we've all got those games that we get into and we just, like, we know where all the hidden stuff is. We know where everything is. We can get through it. We can almost speed run it because we know that game so well. And then we hit a game that we've never played before, where it's like, wait a minute, what's this? What, how? As long as I sound confident enough, it must be true. See, a part of that is confidence. But the idea that, you know, it takes time. It takes time. I mean, you know, it took Infamous time to get as good as he is playing Don't Starve. And I've watched people who do Beat Saber, and if you haven't played Beat Saber, or you haven't watched Beat Saber, there's some awesome streams that, you know, have that. And I watch them and I go, oh my gosh, how can they hit all those little blocks in the right direction so fast? And, you know, and it takes practice. It takes time to learn that. And I've just, you know, I've started playing Beat Saber, mostly just kind of as an exercise thing. And it's a lot of fun. And it's, you know, you play it with the VR. That's a nice, fun workout. It is. And at first I feel like, you know, and you know, elephant in a snowstorm that's fallen down and is trying to get up. It's a workout, that's for sure. Yeah. And when I started, it was like, how can I be this uncoordinated? I really, I'm fairly certain I can chew gum and walk at the same time. And I thought, it's like, oh yeah, oh my gosh, once the music starts and you're trying, because you have to hit, not only do you have to hit a little square, you have to hit a little square flying at you to music with lights flashing. I mean, epilepsy warning for those who are sensitive to flashing lights, but it's like flashing stuff and you have to hit it in the right direction on the beat. And when I started doing it, it's like, oh my God, I thought this would be so much easier. And it wasn't. And after a little bit, I started getting, it's like, oh, okay. And when I finally actually made it all the way to the end of a song, it took me like about 2 days of playing it. That, yeah, I mean, not continuously, but it took me 2 sessions of playing it for a couple of hours to reach the absolute end of a song. And I was so excited when I did that. Granted, I was also leaning over and wheezing, but it's that sense of, I can do this. And sometimes we just have to tell ourselves, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. And even if we don't entirely believe it. But the thing is, we're not lying to ourselves, because we can do this. Each and every one of us, whatever it is that we're doing, we can do this. And we can be able to say, it's, whatever it is that is holding us up, whatever it is that's keeping us from being able to achieve the things we want, including a suddenly accelerating frame rate drop, which it's like, stop it, stop it, stop it. So if the signal starts to go weird, it's not you, it's me. So hopefully it will behave itself, and let me know if the signals, because I don't see the signal going bad. So if it starts to go bad, and why? This happened yesterday and I ended up having to wait until the afternoon to stream. But, it's like, well, we're going to cross our fingers, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, then, then we'll just have to deal with it. But yeah, keep me posted in the chat as to, what's happening with the signal, if anything's going wonky with it. We're still at, we're at some frame drops, but it's not too bad yet. Again, knock on wood. But, so we just continue on. We work with what we've got to work with. And whether it's a questionable frame rate, or whether or not it is, something that you really don't feel confident facing off, well, what would make you confident? Maybe knowing more about it. It's not that you can't. It's just that you can't with the tools and information you have right now. Because there's always that possibility of being able to move forward and to say, it's like, all right, I'm just going to do the best I can with what I've got. And, frame drops are increasing. So we'll have to see. Well, we may have to call this one early, and I don't know why it's being so weird. Because the last 2 days, and overall, internet on the mountain has been kind of weird. So I don't know, maybe I'll have to switch. And for those of you who just saw the door open, Luna is in the house. Hello. Oh, yes, Luna kitty. All right, Luna, do some magic and make the frame rate. You're supposed to be a black cat. Black cats, say hi. Black cats are supposed to do magic. So, like, do some magic with my frame rate. So, anyway. So, you just do the best you can. And sometimes, what you have to work with, maybe it's not so much, but that just means that you become creative enough to make the most of it. Make the most of what you have to work with. Because if that's all you've got, that's all you've got. It doesn't mean that you can't do something. What it means is that you have to get more creative. And that's where that whole left brain, right brain thing comes in. Because if we let a problem go to our creative brain first, the instinct is to pull up all of the negative stuff that, you know, we think about, and all the negative stuff that can come up, and all the doubt in our minds and all the past failures, because we will replay that tape like crazy. And when we have an opportunity to say, it's like, you know what? Yeah, I haven't been able to do it yet, and let me figure out why. Let me take a look at what it is that I'm missing. What's missing in the equation? And sometimes when we do that, we end up finding out, realizing that, okay, there you go. Sometimes we end up realizing that it isn't a big thing we're missing. There might be just one little thing we're missing as we try to move forward. And once you figure out that one thing, then you've got it. Saturday was pretty fun, not gonna lie. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad that it was fun. And you know, it is, and Saturday is my gaming day. So also, before I forget, I am now loading the Twitch streams onto my main YouTube channel. I had set up a channel specifically for, you know, as the gaming doc, but I decided that, you know, I've got a lot of stuff on my other channel that talks about a lot of different things and a lot of different ways to cope with things and manage it. And for people who are empathic, I've got an entire series. If you find that you're sensitive to the energy of others, I have an entire series of videos that talk about managing that. All three of us on that call actually probably helped me. Yes. You know, it sometimes it takes a village not just to raise a child, but to run a stream. And, you know, and it's nice to have a village. And also, much love to the Nameless family, who it's a community that I'm a part of that are really amazing people, and they're very sweet and they're very supportive. So please go and check them out. They have a lot of cool stuff, and they have members who have an opportunity, you know, will come in and talk about things. And yeah, I'm going to be one of those folks who's going to be talking soon at one of their on one of their streams. And I am also a proud member of the Gulag podcast, which is Nameless, not Nameless, Narrow-Minded Gaming, J Stun Z, myself. And we also have Loki the God, who comes in, and we talked to, you know, folks. The last time we talked to a director who was doing a film that is about gamers. It's sort of like a fantasy intrigue, you know, where gaming and real life cross. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I hope that, you know, I hope that it's a project that happens, because it sounds like it's going to be awesome. And so, you know, there's a lot of cool things that come up, and working with what we've got is the key to reminding ourselves that we've got this, and also asking for help. I mean, you know, there's nothing wrong. Sometimes that one little missing element, when we're trying to do something and it's not working out, the one missing element is input from somebody else. And it's not that, you know, somebody else needs to take it over. It's just maybe you need some advice. Maybe you need some suggestions. Maybe you're trying to figure out how to play a game and there's a part you just can't get past. You know, go to a stream where they're playing that game and ask. And you can get that little bit of extra input. Or you can, you know, play like, you know, a multiplayer thing with somebody, and they can walk you through stuff. And it's not only is it really helpful, it's a lot of fun too, because, you know, when we face an obstacle or a challenge, you know, I prefer to say challenge. When we're facing a challenge, it always goes easier when we can face it together, when we can get help. And even if it's just someone saying, you know what, you got this, you can do this. And, you know, it's not telling somebody how to do it. It's letting them know, you know, they can do it, that they can handle this, that they can be able to manage this. Because sometimes it's hard to remember. It's hard to remember that we've got this. It's hard to remember when, you know, when we're reminded of everything that we ever messed up, or when we're, you know, when we're not feeling that level of confidence in ourselves, because we all have those times when, you know, we're not feeling how amazing we are, and having somebody to remind you how amazing you are, having somebody remind you that you have overcome all kinds of stuff. And you did it because you were smart enough, because you were resilient enough, because you were plain stubborn enough, and because you were creative enough that you found a way to make it work. And, you know, having kids is something that is like, well, you know, being a parent means constantly having to find a way to make it work. And it also means thinking on your feet quite a bit. So the idea that when you are able to manage stuff, oh goodness, okay, let me see if Kaki Taki Kailagi. Welcome, welcome. I hope I didn't butcher that too much. What's going on here? Well, what's going on here is talking about the fact that every once in a while we need to be reminded that we've got this, that what we're facing is not more powerful than us, that what we're, you know, the challenges that we've got ahead of us are not bigger than we are, unless we allow it, unless that's the decision we make. And, you know, that each and every person, each and every one of you has overcome amazing things in your life. And it doesn't matter who thinks you can achieve something. It doesn't matter, you know, even if we totally believe we can achieve it ourselves, as long as we can keep that one little voice in our head going, we've got this, we can do this, we just have to figure out how. And it is, you know, it's about being able to say, okay, if it didn't work this way, it could work another. And maybe I don't know that way, so I'm going to ask somebody who I know knows how to do it and see how they did it. And, you know, there's always stuff we can't control, like, you know, dropping frame rates or, you know, or whatever. And, oh, by the way, if you are, let's see, if I could just call you Kakit Kika. Anyway, if you have a stream, if you are a streamer, I have absolutely no problem with you promoting your stream. I think that it's important for people, and yes, you know, there are certain etiquette things. Usually in a lot of streams, they don't like that. I like it. So if you do stream, please post in chat what you stream and when you stream it. And, you know, if somebody's doing like a charity stream, or if you're just proud of something that you did and you want to say, hey, I did this and it was really cool, then, you know, please feel free to post that. Because I think that, you know, one of the things that helps out finding balance in an unbalanced world is when people share good news, when people share things that they're proud of. And if you're streaming, you should definitely be proud of that. You know, a lot of streamers are tremendously humble about a lot of things. And one of the things is, I didn't promote anything. Well, if you decide that you would like to, go for it. You know, if you do have a stream channel that you do stream, please feel free to share it. And, you know, being able to, you know, I mean, because ultimately every streamer, even if there's like one person who sees your stream, you've made the world a little gentler for that one person. And that's a lot. If we can leave the world a little tiny bit better, you know, than it was when we got up that morning, I consider that a win. I consider that a positive thing. And in order to make the world a little bit better on the outside, it's accepting that it's okay for us to make the world a little bit better for ourselves. Because a happy person, you know, and you don't have to always be happy. There are perfectly appropriate reasons not to be happy. And, you know, it's like, okay, shameless plug. Life is fun until it isn't, and it sucks until it doesn't. That pretty much is one of my, I mean, and I did it. I actually created that statement and I Googled it and nobody else says it, so it's mine. But anyway, But it's true. You know, in my mind, life is fun until it isn't, and it sucks until it doesn't. And the trick is to manage that swing, to manage how we want to live our best life and enjoy life as much as we can, no matter where on that spectrum we're sitting at the moment. Because no matter how fun something is, at some point it's going to suck. And no matter how much things suck, at some point they're going to be fun again. So being able to use that time to say, well, why don't I try to, you know, let me figure out something that would make me happy. What would make me happy today? And then think about it. Think about how you could do that. And it could be just a small thing. It could be, you know what, I'm gonna treat myself and, you know, download some music, you know, and make myself a playlist that just makes me happy. And that is something I recommend for everybody. Because, you know, there are always times when we don't feel as motivated as we could. And one of the things that I decided to do was I created a playlist, and it's called I've Got This. And it's got all the songs that inspire me. And when I start feeling less than inspired, I listen to that. And when I listen to the music, I'm picturing all the wonderful things that, you know, achieving, you know, the different goals that I have. And that I just need to do. I don't have to think about the finish line. All I have to think about is the next step. And sometimes when we focus on the finish line, it's easy to get discouraged. But if you're just focusing on what the absolute next step is, the one right in front of you, it's a lot easier to say, I've got this. You know, I don't know if I can do that, but I can take this next step in front of me. And it is GameDoc rocks. Thank you, Papa. And you know, that whole idea that, you know, we don't have to, you know, accomplish everything all in a moment. And that entire journey is going to have its ups and downs. And ultimately, when we're able to accept, you know what, this is going to be a process. This is a journey. This isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. And I just need to pace myself. And once we can pace ourselves and go, okay, you know, we'll take it. And again, I see my frame drops. Okay, it's weird because it'll jump and then it'll stay there, and it'll jump and it'll stay there. So since I can't tell what it's doing to the stream, please out there, let me know. So, you know, just take it one moment at a time. But on each one of those steps, you can tell yourself, I've got this. We've got this. Because we don't have to do stuff alone. We don't have to, you know, do it all ourselves if it's something that is easier if we do it together. Because honestly, when I first started streaming, I mean, I was just, it's like, oh my gosh, there is no way I can do this. And a streamer, you know, called Narrow-Minded Gaming spent an entire year talking me into it. And then once I started, it was like, well, I don't know how to do this, and I don't know how to do this. And then I reminded myself, I don't know how to do this yet. And sometimes just adding that little word at the end of whatever it is, whatever negative it is, you know, I can't lose weight yet. You know, I can't get through this school yet. You know, I don't know what to do about my job or my relationship yet. And by adding that one little 3-letter word, it allows us to open up possibilities. Because as soon as we open up those possibilities for ourselves, you know, the left brain starts going, well, then this is a problem to figure out, because the left brain it's about figuring out what the problem is and finding a solution. So if we take a problem, you know, whatever challenge is suddenly in front of us, if at the beginning of it we just say, okay, I've got this, I just have to figure out how. Then that sends the problem into the left brain, which goes into that analytical place. But sometimes straight logic isn't the whole answer. So then it goes into the right brain and it goes, hey, right brain, we've got this problem. Here's what we've got to work with, and we need a creative solution. Well, then the creative side goes, oh, okay. All right, let's think outside the box. But see, if we immediately take our problems into the creative brain, what happens is that's where all the stories are sitting. That's where all of the past failures are sitting. That's where all of the things that everybody ever told us, you know, for any reason why things wouldn't work. Or, well, you've never done it before, or you've never succeeded at this, or you always do this. That's where all that sits, in the imagination. And sometimes it gets really tough to pull ourselves back into that, you know, that logical thought of problem solution. So when we're able to say, okay, you know, I need to be able to figure out how to stream. If we let it go into the imagination first, it's like, are you kidding? You know, first off, why would anybody want to watch you stream? And there's a lot of people who stream and they're way more successful and they play games better and all of this other stuff, all of the stories. And if we have to tell ourselves a story, why not tell ourselves a good one? But if we go into, it's like, okay, I could stream, I can do this, I just need to figure out how. Which triggers the left brain to go, okay, well, if we're going to stream, we need certain things. We need a computer that'll support it. We need a space to set it up. We need to, you know, and those are like the basic things. We need to figure out what, you know, what programs will work best with it. We need to find out, you know, the how-to. What are the nuts and bolts of figuring out how to do this? And then when it comes to, okay, what about the creative part of the stream? You know, it's like, you know, commentary. Commentary is big. I mean, you know, there's a streamer named Gaming with Kentucky and JD who is absolutely amazing, who is absolutely awesome. And he said that you don't watch a stream for the gamer or for the game, you watch it for the gamer. So you're not watching, I mean, there's lots of people who will do, you'll have a dozen different streamers who are streaming the same game, but no two are streaming it in exactly the same way. So that's where the commentary comes in. And that's where the creative mind kicks in for things to say and stories to tell and ways to describe the game. And see, that's when the left brain and the right brain are working together in harmony. They're working towards the same goal of creating something that they could be proud of. So being able to just look at the straight, you know, bottom facts of what it is that you want to do and go into that analytical piece first. Tell yourself, I can do this. I just have to figure out how. Kick in that left side of the brain. First off, figure out what you need. You know, is it training? Is it equipment? Is it time? You know, is it about scheduling? Because, you know, and that was also one of my reasons for not doing it was it's like, well, I can't stream every day. I cannot, you know, and now I stream 6 days a week. So it is, you know, there's always that possibility. I'm watching How to Eat Fried Worms here in pre-algebra and it's nasty. Fried worms. Okay. I mean, I guess if you're hungry enough, you know, I will not rule out eating almost anything if I'm hungry enough. And it's like, well, okay, I will. Osteria! Yes, welcome, Osteria. Oh, it's so good to see you, my friend, or at least to see your name. Here we eat boiled leeches. Ooh. Now, you know, that whole thing of, I mean, granted, my father was Creole from Louisiana. And the basic theory is ain't nothing so nasty that a Creole won't cook it. Or a Cajun. And, you know, and I've been to a lot of different countries. I've been blessed to be able to visit and try a lot of sort of unusual foods. I mean, would I eat that? Why not? You know, one of my favorite things about traveling is to try something that is unique to that place, and you know, and try something unusual, try something that I've never tried before. And it's so cool to be able to say that, you know, it's like, yeah, you know, I mean, I don't like the idea of just saying, it's like, oh, well, you know, I'm not going to try that. Well, I might. The most nasty thing we eat here is fermented fish and meat. Ah, okay. It's like, oh, what is that? That one canned fermented fish, Straussen something. Anyway, it's supposed to be like, yes. Surströmming. I actually want to try that. I really do. And I want to, you know, and I've been told that it's like, you don't just take it out of the can and eat it, that there's a particular way that it's prepared. And I would definitely like to try that. And when I'm out in that part of the world, I definitely will. But, you know, it's just a part of all that's available in life. And there's a lot that is out there. There are so many different things that we can try. And we never know if that's going to be our new favorite thing. Or if it doesn't, it's like you try it and go, you know what, maybe not so much. I skydived, which, you know, it was a tandem, you know, jump. And so I rolled myself out of a perfectly functioning plane at 15,000 feet and, you know, strapped to a very nice person who handled, I mean, you know, because he handled opening the parachute, but we dropped close to 10,000 feet before the chute opened. He opened it at around 5,000 feet. And that was, other than the fact that my ears hurt because of the change in pressure, I mean, it was an amazing experience. Would I do it again? You know, I don't know that I would ever do it again. But it was interesting. I could mail you one sometime, but if you try it, wear clothes that are willing to burn after that. And definitely open it outside and eat it outside. When you open it, the can, it explodes of gas, smelly juice, and rotting fish. So it's good to open underwater. See, that's what I watched a video, and it said how you actually, you know, open it and eat it, and that, you know, it's like you also have, what is it? You chop onion, and, you know, there's almost like a little sandwich that it becomes. Yeah, gee, should I do that and stream it? But yeah, I've heard that, you know, you definitely want to kind of have a splash outfit or wear something that, you know, you're willing to give up on. But, you know, I would definitely look at how it's supposed to be correctly prepared, and I would try that. I mean, you know, smell is smell, and after dealing with my dog getting skunked twice, you know, it's definitely, you know, but I figured that would just be something that would be interesting. And I want to have as many interesting experiences as I possibly can. And I want to travel around the world. And, you know, and I want to, you know, Steria, I want to, you know, visit your home. I want to, you know, visit all the countries and, you know, go through like Scandinavia and Finland and Switzerland and Sweden and, you know, and all of those. Well, it can go against TOS quite easily. I can say I have puked when I open the can. The smell is super bad, but the taste is good. Yeah, I mean, you know, I've heard that it's the main thing is that it tastes very salty. So, but I mean, you know, being able to try it out, and sure, I'm pretty open-minded when it comes to trying new things. because it turns out that by trying new things, we can find some amazing stuff. I tried streaming and have found it to be the most amazing thing, or one of the most amazing things that I could do. And I'm so happy about it. And I'm learning every single time I stream. I learn something else, and I learn a bit more, and and I fine tune it a little bit more. And you guys are great about letting me know. It's like, okay, maybe you can tweak this or tweak that. So it is so cool to be able to connect with folks who can, and see, and Osteria giving us some excellent advice on how to deal with that particular food. But it's neat. And when we remember and remind ourselves how amazing life is and the infinite possibilities. I mean, even in, after I finish streaming, I'm going to go and treat some patients. And every time I do, there's something amazing about it. I've been doing it for almost 18 years. And still, I love what I do. And I was told once that I should treat every patient as if they are my first patient, my last patient, and my only patient. And I like that. And even though, in a couple of years, in 2024, I will be retiring, then, then I get to do something else. And I will definitely keep streaming, because this is something that is just so awesome to me. And it's so cool, and I enjoy it so much. So what is that thing that you enjoy? What is that thing that you want to do? What is that thing that you think would be really cool? Whether it's trying the world's smelliest fish, or or trying to stream, or starting a YouTube page, or whatever it is that you tell yourself, what, I would really love to do that. Figure out how to make it happen. Or if you can't get close to it, figure out what would get you closest to it. They have like, I talked to somebody who said, well, I want to be an astronaut and I know I can't do that. And I said, okay, but you know that there are space camps, and they even have space camps for adults where you can go and at least have a part of the experience. And they hadn't thought about that. And being able to find what is the next best thing. Because even if what you want, it might be a little late in life to try to win an Olympic gold medal. But what if you decide that you want to go to the Olympics? And, you want to go and whatever is your favorite event, you want to go and be there when it's happening. Or maybe you start training, if you wanted to be an Olympic runner and, the train has left the station on that, you can still do a lot. You can still have a sense of accomplishment. You can still run, even seniors can still run competitively, because they do have senior events where, and I mean, we're not talking, old folks creeping along. We're talking about people who really know what they're doing and are very, very fit. So the idea that if you can figure out, if you can't find what it is you want to do, then how close can you get to it? If you can't say, well, I don't think I could do that, but I can do this. I can definitely do this. I just have to figure out how. And the best part is being a life of infinite possibilities. It's not so hard to figure out how to do something. It's just a matter of putting the pieces together and telling ourselves, I can do this. I just have to figure out how. Or I can't do this yet. Anytime you put a negative, throw in the word yet at the end. I don't know how to yet. I haven't been able to do this yet. I can't figure it out yet. And just focus on the step right in front of you. Keep you know, one eye on the goal, keep one eye on the finish line, but then keep the other one straight in front of you. You know, put the majority of your attention on what is the next step. What is the very next thing to do? What small step can you take? But, you know, always kind of glance up at that goal every once in a while, because each one of those tiny steps gets you closer to it. And that's the whole point, is that you keep moving, that you keep getting closer to it, because that's what you can do. Well, I wouldn't say everyone can become anything, but people should try to become the best of what they can be. Absolutely, 100%, you are ding, ding, ding right. You know, it's like I said, you know, it's like, oh, I want to be an Olympic ice skater. Well, you know what? That's probably not going to happen unless you're very young and have a lot of time to devote to that. Does that mean that you can't become an excellent ice skater? Does that, you know, that doesn't mean you can't have a lot of fun. And it doesn't even mean you can't, you know, compete on local levels. You know, you might not reach the Olympics, but you know what? You can still do pretty good. And if nothing else, just to learn because you enjoy doing it. And being able to accept that, you know, when we've done the best we can do, that's good enough. That it's, you know, that we've met the challenge. Because the thing is, by just starting it, you meet the challenge. By getting past all of the negative self-talk that we might have, or the negative talk of others, people telling us, well, you know, you can't do this. Nothing used to inspire me more than when somebody told me that I couldn't do something. Because it was like, oh, really? Watch me. You watch me. And even if I didn't do it, I knew I gave my best. So, yeah, you know, sometimes the discouraging words can actually be a challenge. There's physical, mental, and other limitations. Like if you're a handicapped invalid, you can't become an Olympic athlete, but you can go to the Paralympics. Exactly. You know, there's all kinds of ways. You know, it's like, yeah, you wish that you could win an Academy Award, but the thing is, you can stand in front of an audience in a community theater, and that's exactly what it feels like when they're applauding you. That is what I mean, that's an amazing feeling. And, you know, and even if you can't compete, you can go and you can participate. You can, you know, you can be a part of it. You can be in the audience. You can volunteer to, you know, be one of the staff. I mean, you know, there's a lot of ways that you can get into that same sort of energetic field of what it is that is your dream. And like I said, you know, there's a lot of ways. There's all kinds of camps, and it's amazing. There are baseball camps, like for some people who wish they could become, you know, a professional baseball player. Well, there are camps where you get to go and learn about it, and there are professional baseball players. You get to play right next to professional baseball players. Or space camps. You may never actually become an astronaut, but you can get close to what it feels like to be one. And, you know, being able to find, how close can I get to it? How close can I get to what it is that I want? And maybe you don't get it on the first try. Maybe not on the second. Maybe not on the 10th. But if it's important, just keep telling yourself, I've got this. I can do this. It's just going to take time. It's going to take practice. It's going to take learning some stuff. But I've got this. I can do this. Never tell yourself the story that, you know, it's like, well, you know, I can't even get close. Maybe you want to lose 100 pounds. Maybe you lose 75. Maybe that's as good as it can get. But that's still pretty darn good. And no matter how far you get, you can look back and see how far you've come. You know, it's about being able to work with what you have, accept yourself for exactly what you have, and then figure out how to make the most of it. What do you need to make the most of it? Because, I mean, honestly, it is, you know, the first big hurdle that we have to overcome is right in here. It's the stories that we tell ourselves. Sheila Marcel! Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's so good to see you, everybody. Welcome, Sheila Marcel. And my dear, I hope you are having a lovely day, morning, afternoon, evening, or night. And I hope things are going well with you. I'm so happy to see you here. And I do believe that, let's see, I haven't gotten a chance. Good to see you again. I haven't gotten a chance to get to your stream, but folks, and it's almost noon. Oh, okay, so you're just a few hours ahead of me. So, Sheila, remind me, what is it that you stream? Because I know you stream something, and please feel free to self-promote. If you've got a stream coming up, say it in the chat. For my stream, I have absolutely no problem with that. I like when people promote what they're doing and they share what they're doing, or even if they share something they're excited about. It's like, oh my gosh, you know, I beat Bloodborne. That's right, that's right, that's right. Diamond painting and Stardew Valley. Oh, I knew it was something. And oh my gosh, folks, Stardew Valley is so fun. So, so yeah, get into Sheila's, and let's see, hold on. E-I-L-A do do. I think I got that right. Yes, personally support. Absolutely. When I joined the military, I wanted to become a tank driver. Ooh, that's intense. Let's see. And here, guys, we're too short to become some units, but here we don't take the worst people, but the best of people. Big and small people make good teams. True. In exercises, we can lift small guys to roofs, trees, and small holes more easily, and big guys are just strong and do things. We are different and should use our pros more than our cons. Exactly. Exactly. I mean, you know, and that's the best part of working as a team. That's the best part of working together, is that everybody's talents can come out and add to the whole, because, you know, that way no one person has to be able to do it all. It's like, well, it's like Stardew Valley when you do co-op. Maybe somebody is really good at paying attention to the crops, and another person is really good at making wine, and another person is really good at going to town and selling stuff, and somebody else may be great in the mines, and you're able to bring all those skills together and create an amazing farming community. And honestly, you know, and that's like one of the really wonderful parts about this platform, is that everybody has a chance to show what they do and show their unique talents. Whether it's, you know, I need someone to do my fishing. Oh my God, I hear you. I hear you so much. It's like, what? I did that, click, 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 and then the fish moves and it drops or something, and that's so infuriating. Either that, or you just start off and all of a sudden the fish is like going crazy. And I always tell myself, you know, this is probably exactly the fish I need to finish a quest. I bought the training rod, which makes it easier. It does. And so, hey, but hey, keep practicing. I practiced and I got better at it. But you know, it is, but yeah, Osteria, that is absolutely, you know, being able to take that opportunity to make the most out of it, because, you know, just because someone, you know, maybe they're not the tallest, but maybe being shorter is an advantage. I mean, I'm 5 foot nothing. But, you know, it's like when I was walking along a street and there were some branches that were down, and I just walked and everybody with me had to duck. And, you know, it is, you know, I think it's really cool to be able to have, like, you know, a group that can just focus on, and it's not like, well, that person isn't good for this. Let's figure out what they are, how they can help, what they would be really good at, and make that a part of it. I mean, you know, we're all in this together. And the more we recognize that we can do so much more together, and it's okay to get help. It's okay. Everybody has something to contribute. I don't care, you know, what it is that you do, what it is, what limitations you have something to contribute. And that something is very important and crucial. Oh, I wanted to let you know, besides therapy, I've started a vlog on YouTube to help me with my panic attacks, depression, and agoraphobia. Oh my gosh. Okay, please, in the chat, please post your YouTube page. And you started a vlog. Yay! Welcome to YouTube. So, you know, please, you know, and folks, if you cross over to YouTube, definitely, you know, give Sheila, you know, go and subscribe to her channel. I mean, subs there are pretty much the same as followers here. It doesn't cost you anything, and it really helps out. It's just called Sheila's Vlogs. Alrighty, okay, everybody, check out Sheila's Vlogs. Just get it posted up. If you have a Twitter, you know, make sure you post it up there, and I will definitely post it out. You'll see a brunette with pigtails and a cat ear headband. Okay, I am definitely, hold on, Sheila's Vlogs. Alrighty, I've got it on a post-it, so that makes it forever. So I will definitely log into that, because it sounds like, you know, you've got a lot of very cool stuff to share. And today will be day 3. Oh, Bootcut Brian! Oh my gosh, it's so good to see you. Hello, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. I am having a wonderful day, honestly. I have to say, there are 7 channels with the same name. Maybe better to link. Oh, there are other channels. Okay, so we will look for the picture of the brunette with pigtails. So, but yeah, Bootcut Brian, thank you so much for being here. And I mean, unfortunately, you came in right at the end of the stream. I've got some patients I have to see. But thank you so much for coming in, and I hope you're having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night. And I always do. Well, that's okay, because you can go back and watch it, and my frame rates at least held on this far. So so I'm gonna go, and I have to, as I said, I have to go do my doctor thing and go treat some patients. But thank you all so much for being here, and thank you for sharing this space. I know there's a lot of streams that you could be watching, and it just touches my heart that you would come into mine. And I want to remind everybody that tomorrow, on Thursdays now, because of a Zoom meeting that I have to do in the morning, I will be streaming at 10 o'clock, I think it's 10 o'clock instead of 9 o'clock. So, so I will stream at 10 tomorrow, but I will be back. And then Friday we go back to 9 a.m. frame rate and internet permitting. So, you have a good day, and everyone else have a good one. Thank you so much, Bootcut Brian, and you have a wonderful, amazing day. I want everybody to be gentle with themselves, to have a gentle and wonderful day, and most of all, I want you to remember that you are the only you in all of the universe, the only you that has ever been, and the only you that will ever be. And what that does is it makes you special, it makes you sacred, and most of all, it makes you necessary, because without you, the only you, the universe wouldn't be the same or complete. So, you know, everybody take care. See you then, Infamous, Osteria, Bootcut Brian, Sheila, and Kiki. I can't pronounce it, but, you know, just Kiki. And I want to also thank everybody who's hanging out in the Loving Lurkers Lounge. I hope you all have an amazing, awesome day. Remember, we got this. You've got this. You just have to figure out how. And don't say, I can't do it. Just say, I can't do it yet. So, as I used to tell my sons when they went to school, oh, first, I wish you balance, and I wish you blessings from my heart to yours. So, have a good day, learn something new, I'm proud of you, and love you. Oh, Nurse Taz, good afternoon, hi. So I have literally got to run out the door, so I won't be doing a raid today. Oh, have a question for you. Oh, sure, what's the question? Typing. So, will washing hair affect treatment after I do it? No, it won't. For 1 second. Oh, you're trying to post a link. Oh, don't worry about that. No, washing hair, once you do the whole process and you've got the treatment in, after that, usually, you know, you would probably wash it like about once every week and a half to 2 weeks. You don't have to wash the hair as often, but no, it shouldn't affect it, and in fact, it'll blow dry straight. So it should be good. In fact, I'm gonna be doing a new treatment on my hair soon. Okay. Oh, Sheila, I'm sorry. There's a thing about posting links. Tell you what, send it to me in a message, and I will make sure that I post it up. Okay? We baited her. So yeah, Sheila, leave me a message on Twitch, and I will get that up for you. Okay? And we will get the word spread out, and I'll also, you know, post it up on my channel. Alrighty, so gotta run. Blessings to everybody. Have a great, awesome day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.